So today we're going to talk about the 5-step change. And 5-step change are the 5 keys, the 5 areas that we need to do to actually bring about change in our lives. The first one is what we think. Very, very important. Everybody talks about how we think, what we think, things, thoughts are things, what it brings around. But thoughts are important, and it's the key to everything. It's the one thing that we have total and utter control over. When we've thought something, it's really important that we write it down. And in a later video, I'm going to go through how this all pieces together. But today I just want to cover off the 5 areas, these 5 steps that will bring about change in your life. Next step is imagination. It's Albert Einstein that said logic will take you from A to B, but your imagination will take you everywhere. I have loads of conversations with loads of people. I've just had lunch with somebody who's a bit worried about if they imagine something, is it just too much? Well, actually, without our imagination, we'll never get anywhere. You will not be able to change unless you can imagine what that change looks like. Something that most people don't really talk about is speaking, speech. Speech is a really important part of change. It's all very well having something inside your head. It's all very well writing something down and imagining it. While it's inside your mind and it stays there, that's exactly where it will stay. It's not until we actually start speaking things out that we actually start to bring that change about. You hear things where people were taught from an early age, sticks and stones may break your bones, but names or speaking will never hurt me. Well, other people speaking we can control, but us speaking we can also control, and is a very important part in the actual creation of change that we bring around in our lives. And of course, the next part is action. We can do all of this stuff, and quite often people stop at this. There's a lot of speaking. I'd like to do this, I want to do this, I think it'd be good if I did that, but without action nothing will happen. But quite often what we do is we focus just on action and just on writing. So we write down our goals, we write down our aims, and then we start to act on them immediately. And there's a huge difference in how that pieces together. If you write goals down and you feel compelled to write something down, if you're compelled to do something, it means there's a sense of duty. You have to do it. So if you want to lose weight, if you want to increase your turnover in your business, you want to do something, but you feel compelled, there's a sense of duty to do it. It's actually a hard call. You probably won't. If you can get these 4 steps right first, there's a difference. You won't feel compelled, but you'll feel propelled to do something. And propulsion is a very different thing. It's something that drives you forward. You'll naturally want to do something. You'll naturally want to change. You'll naturally want to take action because you're propelled to do something. It's something you're excited about. And how we get excited? It's by thinking about it. We write down what we're thinking about, the change that we want to bring around. There's an old scripture actually in the Bible that says, write the vision and make it plain. If you don't write down what it is you want, you won't actually change at all. Once we're imagining that thing, we've written it down, we've thought about it, we've written it down, and now we start to imagine what that looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. We start to create internal pictures. In a later video, we'll come on to a cycle that we've developed. It's a cycle that shows us how to change our thoughts, what thoughts we have, what thoughts we're thinking, how to change those thoughts. Speech, again, very, very important. Once it starts to take shape in your mind, you'll naturally start to speak out what it is that you want to do. You might want to change jobs, and you might start saying, I'm bored of this job, I don't like this job, I'm going to write down this is what my perfect job looks like. Then we're going to start to see what it looks like. You'll be surprised how naturally you start to speak. Naturally you start to say, actually, I'm looking for a new job. Actually, I feel like I'm ready for a change. And slowly you'll start to take action. And this type of action is really, really important. It's a much more powerful way of setting a goal and actually taking action and moving towards your goal.